Change and Development Organization and is an active member of the Global Afghan Forum. He serves the role of an advisor for South Asian Youth Environmental Network in Afghanistan. And in the year of 2014, he became a voice learner and the member of the World Innovation Summit of Education in Qatar and Spain. His accolades include leading various environmentalist projects throughout Afghanistan and encouraging the belief that the youth of today can achieve anything and everything if only they should hope and pursue their dreams to build a solid and unshakable reality. I would like to invite Mr. Hizbullah to come on stage and share his views with us.
Hello, good morning everyone. Thank you for giving me an opportunity to speak about my life story and from your style my work for young people. So I'm giving more time for us question and answer session. Actually, when I was 15 years old, I lost my father, but I continued my study in a very hard insecurity situation in Afghanistan. That insecurity, bombings, suicide explosions suffered and affected badly on our nation. But I determined to work for the betterment of my community. And thus I established an organization which is Youth for Change and Development Organization, which we are working to provide leadership, conflict resolution, peace building trainings to young people across the country. Luckily, now we have a group of young people which are involved in all of decision-making process in Afghanistan with the newly elected government recently, 3 years ago. So there are lots of bad stories, but I just wanted to take those positive which inspired me and that I'm here today was volunteerism in Afghanistan that I started when I was in high school in 12th grade. When I became the chief editor of student monthly publication in my school, I saw that there are lots of potential in our young generation to work for them. So later on, we created a group of young people to work as a volunteer for the betterment of their community. And then we came up with different plans that we implemented some kind of project which was bring smile on children's face. We distributed close to 180 poor students and families who were affected by war or those who were orphans and they didn't have shelter because in Afghanistan in winter season some of the families are selling their kids on very less money to find some income and to buy some warm clothes and those kind of things. But we initiated them to keep those things and do not sell your kids and we will provide you as much as we can. So the other project that we initiated was the educational year materials that we provided to more than 100 kids, again to orphan children. In public schools, we don't have a good system and methods that you guys have here, and you are very lucky that every one of you, that you have a very good environment, education system, the friendly environment, that every one of you should have to get opportunity from this. If you come to Afghanistan, and mostly in rural areas or in remote areas, you will not see kids are going to school, especially girls, which is one of the bad and the worst thing for us for choosing our future, because we need to give equal opportunity both young boy and girl to be part of all to right to their education, to right to their life. So we are all the young generation are the bulk of our future, of our nations. So I just wanted to convey my message to like to you all, to the students especially, to focus on one thing and think about the national profit and benefits of your country. I'm sure you will achieve a lot. So I don't have too much think now, but I would like to thank you so much for your kind consideration and attention. I would like to give the floor to you all to ask me any question if you have. Then if not, then I will ask you questions.
Just saying that there are educational problems in Afghanistan.
Yes.
I didn't understand it. You also told that you had many problems at the age of 15 also when your family crisis. But what happened? Like why?
The education problems.
Yes.
Do you have money?
So I was asking you, you just told that at the age of 15 you face many problems because of your family crisis and the situations in Afghanistan. Will you like elaborate what was the problem? Because like, I'm really interested in those things, like, to know what happened.
Okay, you want to know the problems of education in Afghanistan.
Exactly.
Actually, we, after 3 years of war in Afghanistan, most of the people are immigrating to other countries, and we like lost everything, like especially the education system in Afghanistan. The main problems in Afghanistan are insecurity, that our children or the girls cannot make it to the school, they cannot go to the school because of the cultural barriers, insecurity, and especially distance from home to school. They cannot walk. So these are the problems that the major problems in Afghanistan that we have against the education. And sometimes the people like has their old mind. We need to change the minds of them. That is why we are here today, about human rights, to let the community leaders, to their families, to let their daughters, because they have right to education. So the main problems were that I told you before was the cultural barriers, distance from home to school, and insecurity are the major problems towards education in Afghanistan, especially for young girls. Any other question? Boys? Yes?
Actually, I wanted to ask that you say that the main problem in Afghanistan in the education system is the ideology of the people, that it does not allow them to send their children. You say that the main problem is that the people have old ideology. So do you think that after all the steps that your organization is taking, this is improving, that students have actually started going to school?
Yeah, that is a very good question. Yes, in some remote areas, there is still this ideology that we are not allowing them to go to school. But our organization in Afghanistan, we have like most of the time the people are accepting like mullah, religious scholars, what they are saying. So our organization is trying to reach to the remote areas, talk to the religious scholars, to talk to the people, to the community leaders and their families, because what the religious people say anything, they are approving very well, they are accepting very well, but instead of we go there and talk to the people. So it's improving, and if we see that now Afghanistan is like educated, like now 10 million children are going to school. In the past few years, the number was very less, but it's improving, and we are working for that to provide them the education facility and go to schools or colleges, academic centers. Question? Yes.
Sir, considering the statement that you delivered in your speech, sir, agreed that the orthodox mindset of the people doesn't let children go to school. But sir, what has the government, what I understood that Youth for Human Rights Afghanistan is taking steps, sir. But sir, is that enough? And is the government supporting your organization?
This is not profit organization. Yes, when we request the government, they are supporting us in a possible way. That's what they can do, like as a collaborative resources, they can help us. But like the government don't have that much capacity to help us, like in a big things that we are planning and we would like to do it. But yeah, they are very helpful and they are helping us. Can I ask you a question? No? Yes? Okay. What do you think, like when I talked about like the problems of education in Afghanistan and girls' education in Afghanistan, they don't have access to education. If you imagine yourself like in that situation, just imagine, what would be like your feeling? Like disappointed, and were deciding that not to go to school or wanted to work for your country, not informing your parents and do something. What would be like your reaction and feelings? No one? Yes?
May I answer to that?
First,
I read this book by an Afghanistani writer named Khalid Hosseini, The
Yes.
Kite Runner,
Yes,
and it
yes.
talks about the crisis in Afghanistan when the time there was Taliban. So it kind of elaborates the feelings he had when he was in that country, and the kind of feelings his friend, the kind of situations his friend had to face, and the situation they were in was kind of like, there's situations when you can't do anything for yourself or some other person. You can help other people only when you can help yourself. So this is an extremely disappointing situation wherein you feel like help.
Yeah, exactly. You're right. We should have to provide like opportunities first for ourselves, and then what we can do for other people. That is exactly, yeah, you're right. What? Okay.
May I elaborate over it?
Yes, please.
Well, sitting down is not the solution. Sitting down is not the solution. The finest example of that is Malala Yousafzai. She was shot just because she wanted to promote the education for the girls. And she had to face so much of the resistance and hardship. But still she fought it out. It would have been very easy for her to have just sat down and would have just be quiet over it. But for any of the situation, what we have been told and what we have been taught is you need to fight it out, you have to come out of that situation and make it happen. I think that's the solution.
Yes.
Sitting down is not the solution.
Yes, we should have to struggle, we should have to go ahead, yeah, and, yeah.
And Malala is a finest example of that.
Yeah,
struggling
exactly.
and reaching.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you. So, I would say to this point that I born in war, grew up in war, and still in war. But we hope and we are struggling for the better future of every human being. In my country, for today I'm here working for humanity in other nationalities as well. So just do continue your work, your study, and I'm sure everyone will be a leader of your country and states. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Mr. Hizbullah. Our next speaker is Miss Amelia. Amelia is a graduate of business and